It's not a gentle month for you, Virgo. It's a summons. September writes your name in the sky and then dares you to speak it without flinching. This isn't a reset, it's a reveal. The curtain doesn't drift open, it's yanked. The air is charged, the floorboards hum, and the old ways you've kept running with duct tape and grit finally tell the truth. They can't carry you where you're going next. So I'm going to talk straight and keep this useful. You'll hear dates that matter, moves that hold, and sentences to say when your mouth wants to apologize instead of choose. Your ruler Mercury is combust from September 3rd to September 30. Mind bright, tongue hot, insights blazing, patience thin. 2 eclipses cut a trench through the month. A lunar eclipse on September 7th, 8th, across your daily health and your deep rest. Then a solar eclipse on September 21st, 22nd, right on your head and heart in Virgo, facing Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces across your relationship line. Uranus turns retrograde on September 6th and quietly rewires your beliefs from the inside. Mars on the 13th moves to your money and voice and gives your words a spine. Venus on the 15th slips into your private room with softness you've been pretending you don't need. The Sun steps into Virgo on the 17th and throws the lights on. Rahu tugs at your routines. Ketu drains the secret backstage where you hide your overwhelm. Jupiter keeps the career ladder sturdy if you climb it one honest rung at a time. By the last day of September, if you walk this like I say, the volume in your head drops, your schedule breathes, and your body finally believes you when you say, "I've got you." Start where the month bites. Mercury combust. September 3rd to 30th is the runway of hot thought and quick tongue. And because Mercury is you, your breath, your logic, your nervous system, you'll feel it like caffeine with a conscience. From the 3rd to the 14th, Mercury is combust in Leo, the hidden room behind your ribcage. That's where old tapes try to replay, where you plan 12 steps ahead at midnight, where you compose perfect emails in your head while you're pretending to relax. Don't hit send from there. Draft and leave it. Journal instead of texting. Walk instead of debating. Sleep before decisions. The insights that arrive are true. The timing your anxiety wants is not. This first wave is the audit of your inner talk. Are you narrating your life like a trial or a vow? If your tone to yourself would make you end a friendship, change it. The second wave begins on the 15th, when combust Mercury enters Virgo, your sign. The heat comes to your mouth, calendar, budget, inbox. This is razor-clean energy if you aim it. You can redesign a routine, cut a leak, write a rule, tell the truth. It's also where snark flies easiest and cuts deepest, so you hold one rule like a lit match, clear and kind at the same time. Short sentences, no performance, no self-flagellation disguised as honesty. You are not a machine. You are a person who runs on rhythm. Then September 6 hits like a quiet click behind the wall. Uranus turns retrograde in Taurus. This is your 9th house, beliefs, teaching, learning, travel, visas, publishing, law, the map that tells your day why it matters. When Uranus is direct, the surprise is outside you. Headlines, flight changes, rules rewritten. Retrograde, the switch flips in your chest. You stop saving quotes and start installing one principle. You stop grazing courses and finish one. You stop parroting a borrowed creed because it looked good, and you write the sentence that actually guides your morning. Think of an electrician in your breaker box relabeling messy circuits while your lights stay on. You don't need to torch your plan. You need to stop obeying a should that was never yours. A teacher you trust reappears. A path you thought you missed becomes a path you build by walking. This hums for months. September is simply where the label on the switch stops lying. Now the first siren. September 7th into the 8th, a lunar eclipse rips through the axis you live on daily. Aquarius in your 6th house. Workflows, health, habits, pets, errands, the unglamorous lifelines. Facing Leo in your 12th, sleep, rest, solitude, secrets, spiritual oxygen. Rahu pulls at your daily system. Ketu drains the private room if you won't pick rest on purpose. The eclipse doesn't invent chaos, it exposes it. If your sleep has been thin, your body throws up a flare. If your calendar looks like a dare, your energy makes you pay. If a small crutch has been eating whole days, late night scroll, extra coffee, skipping meals, saying yes at 10 p.m., the bill arrives. Don't negotiate with the mirror. Do 3 simple things, and let that be enough. Delete one habit that fails you every time. Install one habit that gives your brain a floor. Tell one person who shares your day what you're changing, so you don't fight your own house to get healthy. That's it. Not a manifesto. A switch. If a task at work produces nothing but anxiety, kill it or simplify it until it earns its keep. If you lead people, you protect attention like it's currency. Rahu makes busy look sexy. You will choose boring over brilliant and watch your life loosen. 5 days later, September 13th, the sky gives you a clean sentence and expects you to write it down. Sun conjunct Mercury, Kazimi, in Leo. The heart of the sun holds your mind for a moment, and clarity doesn't thunder. It lands like a click. You're in the shower, the car, the walk, the nap, and a rule arrives that sounds exactly like you. My inbox is not my boss. I leave work at a set time and go home to my real life. I don't joke at my own expense. I take 20 minutes alone before big talks. I speak to myself like I speak to someone I love. Write it. Put it where your eyes remember when your old reflex forgets. That evening, Mars moves into Libra, your second house of money, values, voice. Your words get a spine. Your price stops wobbling. Your no finds its feet. Mars is heat, and in Libra, it wants fairness. You'll want to negotiate, correct, set terms. Do it clean. Numbers in writing, scope in writing, timelines in writing. Mars will square Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, your 5th house of creativity, romance, children, play, and keep a live wire with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, your 9th. One brave conversation can change a creative deal, a parenting rhythm, a love dynamic, a plan to study or travel. Don't go to war, go to facts. Don't punish with silence. Say the thing once, clearly, and let silence do the rest. Soft medicine. A walk without a podcast. A bath without guilt. Music without multitasking. Prayer without proving. A nap that counts. Love becomes truer when it doesn't have to be seen. If you're partnered, let tenderness live behind a closed door. If you're single, kindness to your own nervous system is the magnet you've been trying to compensate with performance. The same day, combust Mercury enters Virgo and your voice gets exact. You see where time leaks. You catch money drips. You can say the truth with surgical calm. Mercury rules your body's rhythm too. This is the week to schedule checkups, lock bedtime windows, set repeat meals, and build a day template your tired self can follow. Across the sky sits Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces, your 7th house of partnerships. Every small system you install eases friction between you and the person across the table. The fight you keep having is 60% logistics. Solve that. Keep compassion high while you write the rules. Boundaries are doors with locks, not walls with barbed wire. The right people will carry a key. The wrong people will bounce off and call you difficult. Let them. 2 days later, September 17th, the sun walks into Virgo and the lights snap on. It's your season. You stand straighter, speak clearer. Notice you don't have to raise your voice for the room to listen. Sun and Mercury in your sign look across to Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces and ask you to do what you do best. Choose the reality that holds and deliver it with a kind tone. You're writing the household defaults and the relationship agreements like a grown soul who understands weather. availability hours, chore splits, money talk rules, phone at dinner rules, travel planning rules, repair after a fight rules. Short, real, gentle. You don't need a gavel. You need a pencil and a backbone. Your body, meanwhile, wants recovery in the schedule like a meeting. Put it there. Call it maintenance. Refuse to apologize for needing fuel. And then the second peak, your peak, arrives. September 21st into the 22nd. The solar eclipse lands in Virgo, with Sun, Moon, and Mercury shoulder to shoulder in your first house, facing Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces in your seventh. This is the identity reboot you didn't get by willpower, and the partnership test you can pass with grace. The lunar peak showed you a habit to drop. The solar peak installs a new default for who you are when you're not fixing. 3 moves, simple and strong. Delete one identity script that keeps you tired. The fixer who solves to be loved. The perfectionist who shuts up to stay safe. The apologizer who softens every true sentence with an apology wrapper. Write one rule that steadies you on worse days. I do less with more presence. I say no without a slideshow of reasons. I take 20 minutes alone before big talks. When my body says stop, I stop. Choose one boundary that protects we. From Poison. We don't fight in bed. Money is Friday at 6, not midnight. No silent treatment, cool-off timers only. Sunday planning for the week. Saturn insists on realism. Neptune insists on mercy. You'll honor both. Your clothes shift to what you actually live in. Your voice sounds like your values. You don't explain yourself to be believed. You live the rule and people adapt. It's not a speech. It's a switch you keep flicked on. Because your ruler is the moon's tide in your chest more than you admit, watch the water. The lunar eclipse on the 7th to 8th is a gut check. Plan lighter mornings and early nights. From the 12th to the 14th, the moon moves through Taurus, where it's exalted. Your 9th house lifts. Teaching, publishing, applications, bookings, interviews, big picture choices feel blessed. On the 20th to 23rd, the moon's combustion window overlaps the solar eclipse. Feelings blur. Reads go wrong. People speak from fog. Lower inputs. Fewer screens. Fewer decisions. No debates to wring clarity from mist. On the 26th through the 28th, the moon slides through Scorpio and the mood dips. This hits your 3rd house of messages, siblings, neighbors. Keep texts short. Avoid midnight essays. Walk off the edge before you type. And tie 3 fast knots when water turns to fire. The 10th, Pisces to Aries. From relationship feelings to private courage. Don't promise a hero move you can't live. The 19th, Cancer to Leo. From friends to solitude, choose rest over FOMO. The 29th, Scorpio to Sagittarius. From talk to home, choose comfort over drama. Across all of it, your medicine is boring. Food, water, sunlight, 10-minute walks, bed on purpose. Your genius rides those rails. Money, work, voice. This is where September stops being mystical and starts paying rent. Mars in Libra from the 13th puts heat in your 2nd house. You're done discounting your expertise to be liked. You're done saying whatever works and then seething. You're done with invisible scope creep. What works now? Exact numbers, clear scopes, real timelines. Here's what this costs. Here's the timeline that delivers quality. If scope changes, budget changes. Clean tone, spine intact. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is remaking your 5th house, your joy engine. Art, romance, play, children, risk. Mars squares it and says bring money honesty to what you love and bring love to what you earn. Price the project you've been giving away. Put your play in the calendar like work. Let dating be brave and simple. Uranus retrograde in Taurus keeps tying your beliefs to your career. Study and travel decisions want to match your values now. If a platform milks you for content and dries you out, step back and build where your work lasts longer than a day's feed. Mercury in your sign after the 15th is a financial editor with a red pen. End one subscription. Set one auto transfer. Build one 3-column budget. Needs, nice to haves, long term, and let it run. On the solar eclipse, your money and time reform by changing you. Calm people say numbers without shaking. Say it. Stop. Let the silence work for you. Career and public image get Jupiter's quiet lift in Gemini all month at the top of your chart. It's not fireworks. It's a staircase that doesn't wobble. Bosses notice when you show your work, not your panic. Mentors say your name in rooms you can't see. An opportunity you filed under missed circles back. If you're job hunting or asking for a raise, use the windows where the light loves you. The 12th to 14th, Moon exalted. The 17th, 20th, Sun in your sign. Mercury sharp, right after the solar eclipse when your rules are fresh. Keep messaging short and specific. Uranus retrograde in the 9th may turn travel or licensing into a revision path. Don't spiral. Gather documents. On September 30th, Mercury clears combustion and crosses the ecliptic. Your message stops sizzling and starts landing. Close a loop that day. Send the final invoice. Publish the piece. Submit the application. Cancel the dangling thing you've outgrown. Relationships. Let's tell the truth without melodrama. Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces sit opposite you all month, asking for grown-up love with kind edges. The solar eclipse speaks to them. Translation: partnership isn't a guessing game now. It's two adults writing a simple agreement they can keep. If you're partnered, the first half of September is for removing gravel from your shoes, chores, money, calendar, bedtime noise, phone boundaries. This small thing hurts daily. Can we change it like this? Offer something in return. The lunar eclipse lifts a loop you're both sick of. Rescuing, rushing, repeating. The 13th gives you the words. The 15th gives you the softness. The 17th gives you the courage. The 21st and 22nd locks in new us by making a new you. If you're single, answer honestly. Are you making yourself small to feel safe? So picky no one real can reach you? Or so busy you can't hear a heart knock? Pick one change for 2 weeks. Rahu in your daily zone will try to drag you into fast, edgy connections that feel like movie trailers. Saturn and Neptune ask for quiet screening. What are we doing here? Ask early. If the answer is fog, that's your answer. If the answer is clear, commit to the plan that respects your time. Home and inner life hold the fuse box. The 26th to 28th moon dip is not a character flaw, it's weather. Don't choose those nights to solve family patterns. Choose soup, softness, and sleep. Mars in your second can make sibling and neighbor issues sharper if you let hunger and pride steer. Keep it polite and written. The sun in your sign lets you lead by example at home without pronouncing yourself captain. You go to bed earlier. The house follows. You set quiet hours. Everyone breathes. You write a Sunday night plan. Wednesday stops being a fire drill. Ask for help like it's normal, because it is. Claim time alone like maintenance, because it is. Venus in your private room after the 15th is secret medicine. Therapy, art, prayer, walks, music that loosens the jaw. Do the quiet thing that untangles you. Health is not a subplot. It's the stage. The lunar eclipse shouts. Mercury edits. The solar eclipse installs. Pick 3 baseline habits you'll keep when life is messy and make them law. Consistent bedtime window. Water before work. 10-minute walk after lunch. Pick one do less rule. Less caffeine after noon. Less screen after 9. Less doom scroll. Fewer late-night decisions. If perfection is your poison, switch to good enough daily instead of perfect twice a week. Book the checkup after the 17th. Write the plan after the 21st. Tiny, steady wins are still wins. Your nervous system will believe you when you repeat yourself with kindness. Pause where it counts and the month bends. After the 6th, ask, which belief about my path did I inherit that I can give back? Write it. Replace it with the one you'll actually live. After the lunar eclipse, ask, which habit gives me the most peace per minute? Schedule it where you can't miss it. On the 13th, ask, if I stopped trying to be perfect, what would I change today? Do one small thing inside that answer. On the 15th, ask, if rest is fuel, not a reward, what does tonight look like? Make that your new normal. On the 17th, ask, which rule would make my week kinder for everyone? Write it and tell the people who need to know. On the 21st to 22nd, ask, who am I when I'm not fixing? Be that person in one conversation and watch the room soften. On the 26th to 28th, ask, am I upset or exhausted? If it's exhaustion, sleep first and decide later. If you want the month as a straight spine you can memorize, here it is. September 3rd, Mercury combust. Draft first, sleep before decide, keep tone low. September 6th, Uranus retrograde. Return one borrowed belief, recommit to one real study. September 7 to 8, Lunar Eclipse. Delete one drain, install one anchor habit, tell one person. September 13th, Kazemi clarity. Write the rule. Mars to Libra. Trice clean, speak clean. September 15th, Venus to your private room, heal softly. Mercury to Virgo, tighten gently. September 17, Sun to Virgo, lead with realistic, kind rules. September 20th to 23rd, Moon fog, lower inputs, fewer fights, more sleep. September 21st to 22nd, Solar eclipse, delete one role, write one rule, set one boundary. September 26 to 28, low tide, keep it soft. September 30th, Mercury clears glare, send, submit, close. Carry this mantra for rough mornings, and notice what it does to your pulse. I do not need to be perfect to be powerful. One smart choice before noon removes 3 problems. My words are clear and kind. My time has edges. My heart has room. I pick peace over speed. I treat rest like fuel. I choose the simple plan I can keep on my worst day. I don't fix to be loved. I show up as myself and let the right people meet me there. Roll call so you never forget who's playing what. The sun lights your name from the 17th. Be seen and set the tone. Mercury combust all month. Brilliant mind, cool delivery. Venus in your hidden room from the 15th. Private tenderness, quiet art, forgiveness with a backbone. Mars in Libra from the 13th. Your voice grows a spine. Your money grows honest. Jupiter at the top of the chart. Steady ladder if you climb steadily. Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Structures in love and business must fit the day you actually live. Neptune retrograde there. Compassion high, fantasy low. Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Belief rewiring so your mat matches your feet. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Joy and creativity, stop playing small and start breathing like power. Rahu in Aquarius. Routines crave hacks. You choose rhythm. Ketu in Leo. Secret self-sabotage dissolves when named. The moon's windows. Eclipse early month. Exalted lift mid-month. Combustion fog near the solar eclipse. Low tide at month's end. Are the tide chart. Surf when high. Float when low. Don't fight the ocean. Picture the last day of September. If you do even half of this, mornings are calm because you removed the 3 tiny drains that used to ambush you. Your inbox is lighter because you stopped writing essays to defend boundaries that a single clean sentence protects. Money feels fair because you priced your work and backed it with scope. Your body trusts you because you gave it a rhythm instead of promises. Your relationship feels like a team because you put rules on paper and kept the tone warm. Your career feels like a path you chose, not a treadmill you inherited. Your home hums at a lower frequency because quiet hours and soft nights became normal. Your mirror is kinder because the performance fell away and the glow stayed. And the mind that used to narrate every thought as a threat now speaks like a guide. That's not luck. That's September doing what it came to do. Reveal what's real and make it livable. If this helped you see the month's shape and hear your own yes inside it, subscribe and tap like so this finds other Virgos who need the map. And drop a note about the one rule you're going to write on the 13th so your future self has something solid to stand on. September for a Virgo ascendant doesn't end. It hands you the keys to October. And when you turn that lock, the door doesn't creak. It swings. You don't tiptoe through. You walk in like a person whose name is a vow.